Another fun story was just kind of Attack the Shark. It was a band me and my friend Sam Beaker started back in May 2014, I think.
Well, Attack the Shark was made. We didn't know it was going to be Attack the Shark when it was Attack the Shark, which is kind of the funny irony to it. But Lucas and I, we were always kind of like making music and stuff and jamming out. But this one day, I think it was just me and him one-on-one hanging out, and we were going to the ditch that day. We were like, just kind of doing our thing, and I got this app on my phone called Shmool.
And Sam was like, yo, check out this app I got. And I was like, yo, okay, show me. And it was like one of those like retarded Shmool apps that like just makes you a godly musician by like pressing like the home button or whatever on like your iPhone. And so it was like an auto rap. And so we were like into the thing. And it like
turned out to be this really kind of interesting and unique, like melodious and also rhythmic kind of nonsense that came out of the app, and we were like, yo, this is a pretty sick track, we should record this.
And so we went back home to my pad and we recorded these all on our phones,
just of playing it through an amp and stuff. And that was our first recording, and that kind of got like our creative juices flowing. We were like, oh wait, we could like make an album of just really bad music and stuff. So I remember we just kind of like, okay, what can we record the easiest? Okay, acoustic guitar. We had like some friends' bongos, and we had an array of percussion instruments at Lucas's house. So like we were basically in his garage. Like we like probably slept an hour that night just making music, like all sorts of various attempts. I remember like it being kind of cold. It was just like we had to be sort of quiet, and we were just in his garage making music, like one song after the other. It was basically like super impromptu. Like we'd hit play and then we'd just go for it. Like he'd start like playing his guitar, and then I'd just sing with whatever lyrics I came up with. And most of the time those were pretty like messed up, like kind of like just kind of horrible lyrics. But that night was when we kind of got most of our substantial Attack the Shark tracks.
We had the rap song, we had an acoustic song we never released, we wrote Broker Love song that night for anyone who knows Attack the Shark, Discovery, blah blah blah. We wrote Napoleon Dynamite, we wrote one other song I don't remember, and we wrote another song about like, I think it was the Kool-Aid Man we never released either.
We had the songwriting process where it was just like, Lucas would be like, what capo? And I'd be like, capo 5, and he'd put his capo on fret number 5, and he'd start just playing that way, and I'd be like, what do you want me to sing about? He'd be like Shrek or something else, and that's kind of how we bounced ideas off each other. And we really, that's I think why our songs are kind of so narrative oriented, why there's a lot of story in them. Is I think that's just kind of how I thought about it. If you said like Shrek, I was like, okay, let's just think about Shrek, and I think a lot of it came out as like a story, I guess.
And I was kind of Attack the Shark when we put this album out. Just really dumb, really stupid. We put it out on Bandcamp. I'm sending it to my friends, like, yo, I just had like this album done, totally hyping it. Anyways, one day Sam had another band at the time.
I was in like a punk band a week in August, and we got dropped the night of the show, and
I'm like, well, that sucks. And I was like, wait, they don't have an opener now. Attack the Shark should play this. Like, I texted him like, Sam, we have a show tomorrow. He's like, what? And I haven't even set this up yet.
When Lucas texted me like, hey, we have a show for Attack the Shark.
And so I texted the guitarist of Half Past, and I'm like, hey dude, like I got the most retarded thing on the planet, dude, can we please open for you? He was like, yeah dude, like totally. Dude, we dress up as wizards and we don't even play like a single instrument. Like we just plug in our phones, we dance to our music we wrote like 3 months ago. And the crowd loved it. Like it was like literally the Ventura County music scene is so retarded for liking Attack the Shark. I'm sorry. Like you guys need to raise your musical standards. And so like crowd apparently digged it enough to the point where we kept like playing shows and people were coming and we were selling tickets, and it was weird, yo. It was like, why do people like this? This is like basically the equivalent of us like making like sex noises. Like this is dumb. And so like we just kept playing shows and it was super cool.
And it's really kind of funny because that kind of spontaneous texting of his saying, hey, we have a show tonight, or hey, we have a show. I have a show set up for Attack the Shark. Became kind of the grand narrative of Attack the Shark. That's one of the things where it's like, oh wow, we're being super spontaneous, and I think that's one of the things that made everybody really like Attack the Shark so much. We were just so spontaneous and so random and so out there, and everybody kind of really liked that laid back. I mean, laid back in the sense that we didn't really care at all. We just kind of did what we wanted, and people liked that. And I think the more shows we played, people really we started being kind of like we had kind of a cult following in the music scene, and I think that like everybody kind of dug that about our music. Not only that it was just sheer nonsense, but also that there was no pressure to play good music as long as there was like a performance and really a kind of feeling behind it. And I think that we definitely brought it. Like every show we played, even if we attempted to play more serious songs, or we just kind of went with the old bangers, or just played like random things on a synth for like 30 minutes or whatever. I think it was just the idea of the crowd being like, I have no idea what to expect. We're along for the ride. And I think that's the kind of really unique energy that Attack the Shark brought throughout, when Lucas and I were playing shows and, making music and stuff.
And it was really like one of those moments where it was just like, this is super cool. Like, I remember the last show we played this past summer, summer 2016, it was at the lot, out in Simi. And Sam and I hadn't seen each other for like over a semester of school. This was the day he flew in. And so I'm in Simi, I drive out to Westlake, I pick him up, I bring him back to the show. I'm like, dude, we have a show in like 2 hours. We have never practiced. I haven't seen you in like freaking 6 months. And like, so we sit down, we go through each song once in my car, like right before we go on. We played the show, people were on stage, we had this huge crowd. Oh dude, it was like the coolest, just most amazing moment where you're just like, wow, I want to say it was a humbling moment, but that'd be bullshit because I'm totally not being humble right now about it. But I think it was really cool to have those people like up there watching you, enjoying your music, because that is just the most fulfilling thing. So I think Attack the Shark as a whole would be one of my favorite like experiences or memories from teenage years. And then having sex for the first time too was cool.
I'm so glad I didn't hit stop right after you said that. I'm going to let that happen.
Oh, dude, did you actually not get that?
No, I did. I'm so glad I didn't.
Bullshit! Don't put that in there.
Might.
Not bad. Having sex for the first time.
My mommy said you got a motherfucker, so you can't be a dick because you got a motherfucker. I went down to Compton one time. That was a mistake. So I went to Westlake. And now I found the truth. I had him on the floor before I had become a gangster. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much for making me off the floor. I also wrote the floor because of being a good kid to you. Not about the play you, not about the enemy. Oh, your enemy, right off the floor. Cause if you wanna be the best gangster, you gotta freaking kill your enemies! You're not my enemy, now you're my friend. I'm not gonna kill you. Yeah! It's all about love. That's what it is. Without that, this world wouldn't go around. There'd be no Attack the Shark. There'd be no Notion Flag, no Failure Escape, no Hot Press Revolution. It's all